There's so many people who have contributed to what's going into today and what we do in general. I want to acknowledge a couple of people. Kabir Kelsey is sponsoring the band today. Thank you, Kabir. Kabir is part of the Funky Uncle group, or the Funky Tux group, that's really hatched everything that we're doing here and with the museum. You know, that leads me to Christian Duque here, standing the leader of the Funky Uncle All-Stars, the leader of the Soul Project. This story about the Nola Funk Fest really starts with a hard rock musician coming from New Jersey down to New Orleans. And he heard about New Orleans, he came down here, and he got a job working at Tipitina's. He was working backstage at Tipitina's and he saw George Porter Jr. and with Russell Baptiste on drums. And recently he's been playing in a band with Russell Baptiste. Christian became a funk disciple from that point. I met him on a set break during the show, and we became famous friends. He got involved with our Crew of Tux group, the Funky Tux group, and he had this idea that we could build a float that had a rolling soundstage on it and project studio quality music from a Mardi Gras parade that nobody had ever done. And so we did that, the Funky Uncle. After we did that, we started with this idea when COVID happened that we could live stream from the float. So we did that, we live streamed, we raised money with Frenchie, who's here today. We raised almost $1 million for musicians and gig workers during that COVID period of time. When we were sitting there listening, though, to the musicians tell us their stories during COVID, that's what hatched the idea that we needed a museum in New Orleans to house the treasure that we have and to make that treasure available to the world all the time in a way that's curated and that we can educate and inspire future generations. And Christian Duque is the seed of all of that and the way that's happened. I want to also, before I turn it over to Leslie, who's the MC of the Funky Uncle, I want to say a big shout out and thanks to Mike Quinlan, Rachel Arrington, to the producers, all of their staff here, too many to name. They are the reason that we're able to do this today, and it looks so nice and beautiful, and everything's come off great. Leslie, you want to give them in?
Thank you. Y'all put your hands together one more time for Chris Berry, our fearless leader. I'm Leslie Cooper, and I'm going to be here all week. Try to be.